Hey there, movie lovers. Ready for a dose of love and laughter? Today, we're counting down the top 10 romantic comedies of 2023. Whether you're into laugh out loud robot romances, royal love affairs, or heartwarming chance encounters, this year had it all. We've ranked the funniest, most heartfelt rom-coms that'll have you swooning, laughing, and maybe even crying. Just a little bit. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's dive into the best rom-coms of 2023. You won't want to miss number 1. Let's get started. 10. If You Were the Last. So imagine being stuck in space with only one other person forever. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, that's the setup for If You Were the Last. Adam and Jane are astronauts floating through space, and what starts as a friendship quickly turns into something more romantic. It's got that perfect mix of awkward moments, space humor, and a little romance. Honestly, it's kind of cute to see them figure things out. After all, they might just be the last two humans in existence. Rye Lane. Okay, picture this. Two complete strangers bump into each other on the streets of South London. Both of them are fresh out of breakups and totally heartbroken. What do? Spend an entire day wandering around the city, laughing, healing, and maybe, just maybe, falling for each other. Rye Lane is filled with those awkward yet adorable moments we all love in rom-coms, and trust me, you'll be rooting for these two the whole time. 8. Somebody I Used to Know. Have you ever gone back to your hometown and run into your ex? Yeah, awkward. That's exactly what happens to Ally in Somebody I Used to Know. She's back home, meets her ex Sean, and things get complicated fast, especially when she finds out he's engaged. It's funny, messy, and full of those what am I doing with my life moments. Honestly, who can't relate? 7. No Hard Feelings. All right, No Hard Feelings is one wild ride. Maddie is broke, desperate for money, and ends up taking a job to, date an awkward 19-year-old before he heads to college. Yeah, it's as ridiculous as it sounds, but between the cringeworthy moments and unexpected sweetness, you'll find yourself laughing out loud. It's all about coming out of your shell and maybe learning a thing or two about yourself along the way. 6. Fallen Leaves. This one's for those who like their rom-coms with a side of dry humor. Fallen Leaves is a darkly funny, offbeat love story between two lonely people who cross paths in the weirdest ways. Ansa and Holapa have this understated, almost awkward chemistry that just works. If you're into more subtle, quirky humor, this one's a hidden gem. 5. Love at First Sight. Now, let's talk about Love at First Sight. Two strangers, Hadley and Oliver, meet on a flight and sparks fly. But of course, things don't go smoothly. They lose each other in the chaos of the airport and spend the rest of the movie trying to reconnect. It's funny, heartwarming, and has that perfect mix of fate and comedy. If you believe in love at first sight, or just love a good airport chase, this one's for you. 4. Anyone But You. Enemies to lovers? Anyone? In Anyone But You, Bea and Oliver can't stand each other, but they're stuck together at a wedding. What could possibly go wrong, right? Spoiler, everything. From hilarious insults to surprise, romantic moments, this movie is full of playful banter and those will they, won't they vibes. It's the kind of rom-com you can't help but smile through. 3. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Now we're getting into some royal business. Red, White, and Royal Blue is about the son of the U.S. president and a British prince who, after a very public feud, have to pretend to be friends. What starts as fake turns into a real, super sweet romance. It's charming, funny, and yeah, there's some drama because, royalty. But the chemistry between these two is just perfect. 2. She Came to Me. In She Came to Me, we've got a composer struggling with writer's block who meets an eccentric tugboat captain, and oh boy, things get weird in the best way. It's a quirky, off-the-wall rom-com with plenty of surprises, and the characters are just hilarious. If you're into love triangles, mistaken identities, and completely bizarre situations, this one's for you. Robots. Okay, Robots is definitely the most out there rom-com on this list, and I mean that literally. In this future world, people are using robot doubles to date without actually putting in the effort. But when their robot versions fall in love with each other, things get complicated. The humans have to chase them down, leading to some seriously funny and ridiculous situations. It's sci-fi meets rom-com in the most hilarious way. Wrap up. And there you have it, 2023's top 10 romantic comedies. From robots falling in love to royal romances, this year's rom-coms had something for everyone. Which one are you most excited to watch? Let me know in the comments.